na président de la République. Bope sanga réponse ya question. Soki Rwanda nde ezalaki Congo. Na Congo yango nde ezalaki Rwanda. Na mentalité oyo Rwanda zanango. Mbele Congo ezalaki wapi? Mbele essayer disparaître kaka na carte d'Afrique. Yasuka natali sabino ndenge pays esengeli ezala. Baburunde kaka bango koyoka seulement oyo bayoki o bato oyo babandi boye frontière yango bakangi. C'est ça le président. Rwanda tozalaki na ndeko moko zalaki kobeta ndembo kuna na bosani kombo na nabosani kombo na natango abeti a marqué bi kaka eko kozala boy asalaki boy lelo aza wapi pays mobimba kaka yango nyonso etelemi pona a marqué bi bango ba gagner match wana mais ye aza wapi omoni ndenge pays ezalaka mais lelo boyebi ke ba Rwanda nde ba agression na biso mais boto ndisi bango kaka na ensemble ba osala eloko nini bokusala nini oyo Rwanda koyeba te bokusala nini Congolais bino ba député na président de la République na kebisi bino ya mbala ya suka tolingite ba Wazalendo bozo benga ba Wazalendo tolingite to changer programme na biso parce que soki to changer programme na biso na M23 na Fardc toko benga na bino nyonso na Kivu mais tulingi toko maisika wana te eloko na osenga boya nulanga bo pesa nga réponse ya question wana soki Rwanda.
The government spokesperson told us yesterday that the US must impose sanctions on Rwanda, who they, the UN and other Western countries, accuse of backing M23. Well, live with us today with their response is Lawrence Kanyuka, who is Head of Communication and Media for M23. Welcome to Newsday.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me this morning.
So the Congolese government spokesperson we spoke to yesterday said M23 doesn't even actually exist. You're just a tool of the Rwandan government. Are they right? Oh. Hello. Sorry, the line just broke away there. I was asking you to respond to something a Congolese government spokesperson said to us yesterday, that your group doesn't exist. You're just a tool of the Rwandan government. Is that right?
Totally.
Apologies.
False. And Mr. Muyaya is actually showing his lack of knowledge, the incompetence of the regime of Kinshasa. Let me tell you, the M23 is a Congolese movement that signed an agreement with the DRC government called the Declaration of Nairobi, signed on the December 12, 2013 in Nairobi, witnessed by the international community of diplomats and the United Nations, guaranteed by ACGLR, SADC, and United Nations. The M23 went to Kinshasa, the DRC capital, and spent 14 months with the DRC government to discuss the M23 offer of unconditional surrender. The M23, yet again, is a part of Congo River Alliance, a Congolese platform headed by the coordinator, Corneille Nangaa. So denying and ignoring this fact is the prime example of Mr. Tshisekedi Chilombo, politics of exclusion, apartheid, led by bad governance and anti-values.
So what are you fighting for then? What is your objective in this current bout of fighting? What would it take to make you stop?
Yeah, we're fighting for survival. We have talked to the DRC government that basically to stop killing people. Ethnic cleansing is undergoing in a moment, and the international community knows about it. We have said that we need to resolve the root causes of conflict, to stop the cycle of wars in our country, to have a lasting peace in our country, end of the day, to develop our country.
Mr. Kwiyunga, you say you want lasting peace, but your group, it's already being reported, are cutting off supplies to people. Only this week it was reported you bombed a camp for displaced people, which killed civilians. And your group has a documented history of raping women, summary execution, dumping bodies in mass graves. What kind of a fighting for survival is that?
I'll tell you, first of all, this is all fake and false. You go back to the group of experts of the United Nations themselves. They have put a report up there saying that the DRC government is working with FDLR, a group that committed genocide in Rwanda in 1994.
Sorry, I'm not asking about the Congolese government. I was asking about what your group has been up to and the documented evidence of, as I said, raping women, summary execution and dumping bodies in mass graves.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, because this fact doesn't exist. There's no evidence of it. This claim came from the DRC government, because the person that actually talking about it, Muyaya, is the forefront of person who actually created propaganda. The M23 never killed mass people. The M23 was in exile in 2013. The M23 left the DRC in 2013, where there were 44 armed groups in the DRC. The M23 came back in 2023. The work started afterwards in 21, but over 10 years, the M23 wasn't there. And the DRC, according to the statistics for the UN, you have over 256 armed groups when M23 wasn't there. All these murders you're talking about, killing people, mass graves, are done during those periods, and the M23 wasn't there. This is actually false. So I thank you very much for giving us the show this morning to explain to the people that M23 is not the one actually did all these crimes they committed by other people. The M23 was in exile that time when the DRC government, the DRC Republic of Congo, had 44 armed groups. And today we have over 256 armed groups according to the UN statistics. And all of these are not M23. So I want to explain to you, to get the record right, the DRC government is incompetent. The DRC government is the one creating all these mass graves and killing people. No long ago, yesterday, we sent videos and messages to newsroom all over the places, including the BBC, showing them the bomb that's been shelled in population by the DRC government. So we want people to get the record right. The DRC government should be tried for war crimes and crimes against humanity for the people of Congo and the existing ethnic cleansing that is going on border right.
So all those different organisations like Médecins Sans Frontières, who said they've had to provide care to survivors of sexual violence, to Amnesty International that's provided reports, Human Rights Watch, which have interviewed people who say that M23 fighters have raped them, they're all wrong.
You have to check the boundaries, where the people come from, the areas, and the period. The M23 was just going to the new town where population were killed to liberate people and set up the parameters and push the enemies away for not to come to kill people.
Okay.
So if you look on this report, I'll tell you, look on this report, look the space, the time, everything. You never find anything.
You've made that point about the timings. We'll have to leave it there, I'm afraid, because we also are out of time. But I think you've made your point. Thank you very much for your time. Lawrence Kanyuka, Head of Communication for the M23.
Ewane, kama mnasikia bunduki na maliza lia saa indosho, njoo hii elema. Hii elema Fardc, elema bien identifié na bunduki yake njoo hii. Bunduki yake njoo hii, yote hii. Acha sefe ilikuwa nakatiwa, bale ilikuwa mshambre. Huyu mtu iko nafanya operation mndosho iko nakuya iba. Na hii bunduki mnasikia ndosho saa hii. Kama kwa commandant région, aner yote maire de la ville. Muone venye biko nafanya vile hapa.
Babito zali kwa na kati ya ligne de front.
Ouais.
Mabe koyoka.
Ebe badi.
Ebe bango baza na
saki. Basango.
Biso to tiki saki.
Président.
Déjà likolo. Président.
Chape koto moi mbote banini.
Président jeunesse ya province naza déjà na kati.
Ouais.
OK.
Toza na bande na biso mapinga bazo sala pena musala lolenge longo bani. Awa toza bongo na kimoka obi bisika bitumba bingala ki lobi loleki kasi mapinga maikolo koni bukatiki olisungile ba wazalendo bazali bongo kodongwa na penza na batomboki pe ba bwaki bango pena musika na sake a kutu tozali kolwa sake na kimoka tozali bongo komata kotala lolenge mapinga maikolo masili kosala penza musala lolenge elongo bani tokozongela bino pona basango mingi na tina likambolie.
Ces gens que vous voyez, ils quittent leur village. Quelle souffrance pour ce peuple. Quelle souffrance pour ce peuple qui est assis sur des richesses que le monde entier envie. Là, vous voyez qu'ils ont les bois de chauffage. Ils dorment à la belle étoile. Ils ont été chassés de leur village, sinon ils ont fui leur village à cause des détonations des armes mortes. Les témoignages de ces gens qui me parlent qui a perdu son père assassiné, qui a perdu toute sa famille, qui a perdu sa mère, qui a vu son village être décimé. Quelle souffrance, quelle souffrance, quelle souffrance. Voilà.
ngira ngo nkomoze kuri updates ngira ngo bwana minister twatangiye kwandikirana state narindimo nari nagiye hari narindi imbere yawe isaha imwe ndakeka niho twandikiranye nkubwira updates zari zihari noneho muri ayo masaha reka kugira ngo mvuge nzisomye kuko nanjye nagiye mbona amakuru direct aturutse kuri tele haganaga aho narindi zari saa 7 n'iminota 10 za mu gitondo ubwo ndavuga z'ijoro Central Time niho nabajira amakuru kuri tele bambwira yuko n'ubundi babyutse babatera ariko mbere yaho bwana minister twari twakiriye updates twamenye n'ibyabereye mu nama ubwo ndavuga ku itariki y'ejo yashize yuko hari habaye inama igoma yo gutegura igitero gikomeye kuri 23 noneho baza kwemeza yuko abatanzania bazafata commandement noneho abarundi na FDLR bakajya muri advance pata, noneho Sadek na Monesco bikajya inyuma yabo kugira ngo bize kuba haramforo. Minister icyari gitangaje no muri izi ntambara, muri ibi bitero bari bateguye bona nubwo batabihagaritse ariko ntago babikoze nkuko babishakaga. Fardc FRDC ntabwo bari kujya ku rugamba, ahubwo ngo bo bari gusiga birindiye umujyi wa Goma gusa. Uburyo bari bakoze deployment, abazalendo bo bari babashyize hariya mu Rusayu, niho bari babadeployinze, nyuma rero icyo gitero twari twiteguye bwana minister nawe sniper, ahagana n'ubundi saa 7:17 niho nakiriye amakuru ambwira yuko Minova havuye force, haje force, noneho zidutera. Murabizi neza ko Minova tuyirimo, muri entre Minova tuyirimo atari yose. Baje baturutse, baza kuramforusa Minova, baradutera Minova. Noneho bageze aho barasa mu misozi ya Kagano, barashishaza atirari zabo. Bamaze kurasa za Kagano, ubwo abatazi muri Kagano niyo hejuru cyane ya Zangungu, barasa mu misozi ya za Rukara. Noneho muri iyo minota twavuganaga minister nkuko nari nakoresha updates, bariya basake bo bari bakipompa, bari gusheringa gusa ngo barebe ukuntu badivasinga. Uwanyandikiye message yambwiye ati ni ukuvuga ngo impande zose barwanaga. Noneho ku kibazo gikomeye namubajije mubaza impamvu badafata umujyi wa Goma, yambwiye yuko rwose umujyi wa Goma atari ngombwa, kandi ko bashaka icyo gitondo barara bawufashe, ko n'ubu ngubu bashaka kwa advancinga bagenda bakawufata. Ntago byarangiriye aho rero, ahubwo naje kwakira updates mu kanya minister, ndetse ntabwo nazikuye kure, abenshi mwanazibonye, nazikuye kuri Manzi Willy. Niwe ugize atya atanga updates avuga yuko tayari Kagano twamaze kuyicakira, nagaragaza n'ibikoresho twahaboneye.
Urumva umuvugizi wa mu bya politike Laurence Kanyuka asohoye itangazo.
Urakoze cyane bwana minister, nge nabaga ntaranaribona, nari maze gusoma gusa
amakuru amwe yapininze hejuru. Abareba harimo n'ibisigisigi cyangwa se bimenyesha amakuru bya ntuza bya Uganda,
yego
none by'abarundi,
yego
yandumva hejuru nabipininze. Namakuru Laurence Kanyuka ashize atangaje muri saa 1 za nimugoroba, saa 8:45 za nimugoroba. Birumvikana ko ni mukanya rwose.
Ndabona ariko bari bacaginze n'ibihumbi 2 niba ari by'amarundi simbizi banke.
Urumva ni ibimenyetso byuko
abarundi baharwanaga. Uyu murundi yari yipfunyikiye 2000 francs ngo rero niba yazagira icyo azikoza, none bamubanye ku bintu yazisize nyine, nta kundi agire kwihangana. Minister, urebye muri make ntabwo sake hayigeze haba imirwano ihambaye kireka sharing. Rumata ndagusuhuje, umurundi wanyu bamwatse 2000, ariko
nakaranka kahatakaye
naho nakaranka ke kahatakaye. Urumva rero nguko ukuntu byagenze. Sake biracyahagaze neza, ntabwo turava mu birindiro byacu, nta nubwo turicuma ngo dusubire inyuma. Mwibuke turi Nzulo, ni 2 km na Mugunga yashyizwe muri Goma, ni muri territoire.
Muhire, biragaragara ko mu binyamakuru byo gucicikana nuko Wazalendo bari gushaka kwikura muri imirwano, cyangwa se ngo Fardc kabahari bakabarwana bonyine. Ibi bintu byo bihagaze bite?
Nibyo Wazalendo yagerageje kwikura mu mirwano, kandi nkuko tubikesha amakuru ari local yagiye ava hiriya kuri tele, bagiye bo ubwabo bifata amavideo bavuga yuko barushye, ko bari gukorana na leta y'abajura, ndetse na bamwe bwana minister nawe sniper, na bamwe birirwaga basakuza hano ku mbuga nkoranyambaga babavugira. Ndavuga nk'aba mama genocide, wa mubyeyi wa genocide, ndavuga ubwo nyine n'umujenosideri ubwo niko yahisemo kwiyita. Hanyuma ndavuga nka ba Farawo wa undi wavugaga ko yaduha ubwenegihugu, ariko yagerageje nawe rwose, natunguwe nuko yakasinze government yabo, avuga yuko nabo bayirambiwe. Minister urebye nuko nguko bimeze, ndetse biri no kuvugwa yuko hari abazalendu bari gushaka uburyo bashobora guhamagara Baudouin general, noneho barangiza bakareba ukuntu ngo bakwihuza muri iriya axe bari kurwana, muri iriya axe bari kurwanayo. Biracyari muri process, ni amakuru tugikurikirana, ntabwo turayabona neza, ariko minister nuko nguko bimeze, nuko nguko bihagaze. Nawe sniper
urakoze cyane. Sniper, niba hari update cyangwa se niba twatuzamuye umuntu umwe mu gihe tugitegereje oxygen, nomade niba hari wazamuka, niba hari ibinyamakuru wasomye, ndashaka kubaza ku bijyanye n'inama y'inteko rusange idasanzwe y'abakuru b'ibihugu bya guverinoma ya Afurika yunze ubumwe, mubona iri buze kuba yatanga igisubizo kirambye ku bibazo biri kubera mu karere?
Ntabwo njyewe mbihamya, wenda abandi bazamuke, kubera ko iyi si yo nama ya mbere, si n'inama ya kabiri. Abahuza baragerageje birananirana. Minister, ndagira ngo mbibutse yuko intambara M23 iri kurwana yahindutse iy'amoko, atari uko bo barwana iy'amoko, no, twebwe M23 harimo amoko yose. Ariko aba bagabo ndavuga Ndayishimiye, ndavuga Gisegeti, nkongera nkavuga na Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, bagerageje kuyegereza umutima cyane kandi bayihindura iyo mwabo mu nzu, ku rwego ntibajya batinya na gatoya gutangaza ko ari intambara y'ababantu. Mu bigaragara nicyo kintu ndi kubona bakoze, kandi icyo kintu ntabwo wakirepara ngo bikunde, kubera ko ubwo bari guferinga mu ntambara zose, twebwe tukaba turi gukoresha ibishoboka byose ngo dushyire hamwe abaturage. Ntabwo umuntu urwana intambara y'amoko wamuhuza n'umuntu uri kurwana gushyira abaturage hamwe ngo bazahuze. Minister, nizo analize zanjye ziciriritse.
Ukomoje ku bakuru b'ibihugu bamwe basa naho bagize ikibazo icyabo, unyibutsa ukomoza kuri Ramaphosa, ni perezida wa Afurika y'Epfo. Sinzi niba muri iyi nama y'inteko ya 27 inama rusange y'abakuru b'ibihugu ba Afurika, sinzi niba ajyanye umutima mwiza, ni mu gihe umudepite uzwi kuri social media wita Malema amumereye nabi.
Mbibutse yuko uyu Malema, Julius Malema, ni activist rwose. Yavuze agira ikundi wagira ngo ni umurebere, ariko ni activist uraho. Iyo agize atya akavuga abantu barahurura. Tubyitege rero ko South Africa hashobora kuza impinduka imuturutseho, ndetse na bamwe mu badepite biwe yagerageje kubakasinga mu gihe bamubazaga ikibazo cy'ingabo zabo ziri kujya muri Congo. Yagerageje kubakasinga mu rwego rwo kugaragaza ko batakagombye kubibaza, ndetse anavuga yuko bimwe mu byo ingabo ziriya za South Africa, ndavuga Julius Malema niwe ndi gukotinga, yavuze yuko rwose zidafite training ihagije ku rwego minister zajya guhangana n'uriya mutwe wa M23. Nawe waryumvishe?
Naryumvishe rwose. Nagira ngo wenda tuse naho tugaruka nyine kuri iyi ngingo ya Afurika y'Epfo yo kwijandika cyane. Ese ingingo ikomeye cyane, cyangwa se impuwe Ramaphosa yaba ari gushingiraho yatuma yohereza imbaga y'abasirikare ba Afurika y'Epfo muri DRC, yaba ari iyihe mu by'ukuri?
Nta yindi mpamvu nk'uko wabonye bayitangaje. Impamvu nimwe ni uko barashaka ya mabuye Gisegetirirwa aririmba. Ntabwo kuba bafata ziriya miliyoni z'amadolari ngo bashyire muri Congo mu rwego rwo kuramfurusa ingabo kuri ya style, ni ugukomeza kunyaga abaturage ba Congo, kuko bafite tekinike z'uburyo bazabyiyishyuramo. Niyo mpamvu navuga yuko nta yindi tekinike ihari, nta bundi bushishozi buhari. Icyo bashaka muri Congo ni ukugira ngo bakomeze bice abaturage, basahure imitungo, nibarangiza bisubirire gukungahaza ibihugu by'iwabo South Africa mu gihe leta yacu n'umuturage ari kwicwa na bwaki.
Urakoze cyane muhire kunyura muri make cyangwa se gutanga update kubyiriwe mu karere. Ndagira ngo imbagira ahangaha inyemerere noneho tugire umwanya mwiza ubona nubwo umubare utari wuzura ariko umubare w'abantu bazima uhagije. Ndagira ngo muze kunyemerera tuze kwakira oxygen yaramaze iminsi mu by'ukuri mu kazi kenshi ariko twifuje ko tumutumira ku bijyanye na topic y'impunzi. Murazi ko hari amakuru menshi yagiye agaragara n'ubushake bukeya bwagiye bugaragazwa na leta ya Kongo kudacyura impunzi ziri mu karere ndetse n'iziri ahandi hose cyangwa se ngo bagire icyo babivugaho. N'ibyagiye bibaha nka Geneve byagiye biba mu madosiye gusa. Ikindi nuko mu by'ukuri nk'uko muzi no mu mategeko rebana no gucyura impunzi burya ngo mu iteko rya mbere nuko zigomba gucyurwa mu buryo bw'ikinyabupfura n'ubumuntu muri dignity and personality byitaweho cyane. Ubu rero ndagira ngo twari tunameze iminsi tumufitiye inyota bwana Muhire. Kuri ubu ngubu turaza kumusaba n'umuntu z'amateka muri kara karere, turaza kumusaba usibye no kuvuga ku mateka y'impunzi aratubwira mu by'ukuri udusozi benshi muri abo bakomokamo duhagaze dute, amateka yatwo nayahe, ese ubu ngubu niba ari ibice binini M23 igenzura byashoboka cyangwa se hari ikizere ko mu gihe runaka izi mpunzi noneho ishobora kuba zabona amahirwe yo kuba zataha. Ibi ngibi ni ibintu ashobora kuza kukubira hamwe akabiduherera hamwe mu kiganiro yadutegure kuri uyu munsi. Muhire turaza kumwakira ariko twakire n'abandi bose kugira ngo baze kutwemerera kwakira oxygen.
Urakoze minister, niko biri bugende. Wenda nkeka yuko twaba dutegerejeho gato kuko effective ikomeje kwiyongera. Rero
tugitegereje ndaza kubasaba tubanze dushireho hari umuvugo mu by'ukuri w'umwana w'ikigeme ni mu nkambi imwe mu nkambi ziri mu Rwanda.
Yego.
Uvugo uvuga ngo buhunze ndekura ngende, ni umuvugo wabice biracika mu by'ukuri wagaragaje amarangamutima, wazamuye amarangamutima ya benshi mu myaka 2 ishize. Ndagira ngo yagiye muri competition hamwe n'abandi bitewe na talent ye, talent ye ara competitinga agira uko ashoboye kose ariko bitewe na status ye agira hagarukira. Ndagira ngo byamuvuriyemo rero kuhimba umuvugo waje vuga ngo buhunze ndekura ngende. Ndagira mu gihe tugitegereje ko abantu umubare uza kwiyongera kugira ngo tuze kwakira oxygen, nimuza kunyemerera tuze kuwishyiraho ndafite imbere yanjye.
Nkeka yuko ari nawo muvugo dukeneye minister, kubera ko turi mu
tugiye kuvuga kubijyanye n'impunzi.
Yes, turi mu bihe rwose tumaze kunanirwa, turi mu bihe abacu bari gupfa, turi mu bihe abacu bari kuburara bakicwa n'inzara. Ngira ngo dufite ubuhamya hano, nabonye LDB yatuhereza ubuhamya kuko numwe mu basuye izo mpunzi ari uburyo ziri kwicwa n'inzara, agira n'icyo bikoraho. Abenshi hano barabyitangiye babikoraho rwose, Imana izabaho umugisha. Ariko uwo muvugo rwose nkeka yuko niwo dukeneye muri iyi minota, noneho tukumva karame.
En fait hari umuntu bita activiste sibyo? Nawe wenda ndazi ko nabamanzi abantu babaye za ngungu babaye muri za Masisi. En fait hari amateka abenshi twebwe tuvuka muri South Kivu ndazi abantu benshi batazi.